The education reform bill is now law in Illinois. Governor Pritzker celebrated the Education and Workforce Equity Act with the legislative Black Caucus. Capitol Bureau Chief Mike Militich is live in Springfield tonight with more on what this law means. Mike.
Good evening, Amber. Sponsors say this law could finally reimagine education for the state and uproot the systemic racism that's kept many students back for centuries. Many students have been away from their physical classrooms for over a year, but the governor and lawmakers stress their work for equity in education never stopped during this pandemic.
We have to look over the horizon and invest in our long-term goals, especially when times are tough. We have to let our families and our children know that we're fighting for them.
The Education and Workforce Equity Act includes a phased plan to expand graduation requirements and help students have a better understanding of science, foreign language, and computer literacy. It also removes long-standing policies that prevented more black and brown people from becoming teachers.
60% of our students are white, but 80% of our teachers are white. And as we all know, you can't be what you can't see.
This measure creates a new Commission on Inclusive American History and expands required curriculum on black history to include discussions of black people before enslavement, what led to slavery, and the civil rights movement. Lawmakers and advocates believe improvements in education can actually lead to fewer students turning to crime and instead going to college and becoming successful adults.
We realize now that education is the bedrock pillar. It is the solvent of a society that is civilized.
The law also increases the percentage of grant funding specifically for black men, incorporating equitable considerations for financial aid.
This bill will reform scholarship matching programs so universities that predominantly serve low-income students of color can and will have equitable access to college. Affordability will no longer be an issue.
While this law covers many key areas for Democrats, both the governor and the legislative Black Caucus says there's still plenty of work left to do. For now, reporting live in Springfield, Mike Militich, 25 News.